our series on creating video, what we're going to do is we're going to add another video beneath this one, kind of stacking them. And these are techniques you can use when you're creating your posts and your pages. This could have easily been images, and you can view the tutorial on working with images. But for now, let's just go in and modify this. So I'm going to click Edit Post up here. I could have also clicked Edit here, either one. I can see that I have my part 1. I can see I have the container for my embedded video. Scroll down, and I know I'm going to want to add it beneath here. So I select my representation for my static video. I use the arrow key right to select right in this area right after the video. So once again, I select the image and I use the right key on my keyboard to get just after the image. I then can hit a return to make sure I'm down on the next line. And this is the same technique you'd use to work with images as well. I'll type in part 2, put another return, maybe another couple. And remember, we need to be careful with returns in this view because they do render in the web browser, and you can therefore have extra spaces, extra line returns. So I put in 2 spaces, but I'm going to click right in there, right beneath where the empty line where I want the title to go. But before I do that, I'll select just on part 2, I'll click into it, and I will give it a heading, the same as I did with the previous, of 6. And you need to make sure that it sticks. There you go, heading 6. I go down to that space, that line that I have, blank line I have beneath it. I go back to my YouTube account, and here's where I can see video 1. I can navigate here and see all my uploads. I'm going to leave the page. Here's part 2. I can go to info and settings on that one. I can click advanced. Sorry, that's not what I'd like to do. I can click up here on the actual video, see where it has the networking or share icon. There's the actual URL. I can share here via Facebook, Twitter, Google+. But I'm going to click more. It takes me to the actual video, and here I can get the share. Click on embed. Scroll down so I can see everything. Make sure it's the right size that I need it to be, and remember, whatever change I make here will change this code, as you can see. So I want to make sure that none of this stuff is selected. I'm going to copy, go back to my editing window, and remember, we need to do this in the text editor window. So here we have that ampersand NBSP. That always means a hard-coded space that in HTML. So we don't need that space. We can actually select all of that and just paste right on top of it. So make note of that. Whenever you see this in the text window, it means it's a non-breaking space. And we don't really need that, just a non-breaking white space. WordPress is holding that for us. It wrote that code into the text window. So we're going to highlight again. We don't need it here. Sometimes you may want that. We're going to paste right on top of it, that code. We're going to update. We go back to our visual editor. We can scroll down and look, that seems fine. We then should update, just to make sure. We don't need to update just because we changed Windows, but just to make sure. It's a good force of habit to have. We'll view the post, see what it looks like. We have part 1 and we have part 2. And that's kind of how we would do layouts and stack things.